This is Hector Lopez with the Global Insurance Company, and we garnered enough profits in our company to put together this infomercial for you. And just like to share with you some of the plans. The Global Insurance Company, based in Nogales, Arizona, 1-800-GLOBAL. I'd like to help our community, but especially the religious community. We like to specialize in the policies for them, and so we're like to go over some of them with you. And of course, if you have any questions, you can always call me at 1-800-GLOBAL. And obviously, church buildings are usually covered by insurance, naturally, in the nature of the case. And so that's not really a big issue. But there are many other things to ensure that most insurance companies will not touch them. But global insurance is unusual in that we are willing to, step out and try to help people in those things that other companies will not touch. So just to give some examples, we have a very unusual policy for tithing. We have a tithing insurance. It runs about $89 a month. But what this does is it ensures that your budget will always be met. And so if people are not tithing the way they should, then this insurance guarantees that they will up the ante and that the budget will be met. And so that's a real boon to pastors, because they go to bed at night wondering if the money's going to be there. So we try to help them with this tithing insurance and hope that will boost them in their ego and their confidence in what's going on in the church. And like I say, most companies would never touch tithing. That's a big issue, but we're not afraid to step out and give you that extra little confidence that the money will keep flowing in, and we have representatives that come in to help. If people aren't giving the way they should, we have ways of encouraging them to give, because our representatives are guerrilla trained in Peru, and so we are able to encourage people to do the right thing. Another policy we have that's really helpful in these days of confusion is for those unruly church members. You have people they come sporadically, they're always causing trouble, and the pastors are always scratching their head of what to do with these kind of people. So what we do is, with this policy for disgruntled church members and stuff like that, is we guarantee in this policy that you will always have a peaceful congregation and nobody will get out of line, and everybody will be in step with the pastor's vision. That's pretty crucial. And so, if naturally you're going to have unruly people. But what we do is we send in our reps. If you have any trouble, you call 1-800-GLOBAL, and we send in our however many reps it takes, to meet with the unruly person and give them a little friendly persuasion, if you know what I mean. And make sure that they don't step out of line and they stay in line with the pastor's vision. And then we also have pew insurance. Those sometimes your pews have splinters in them, or they get worn out, and so we cover the pews, and that runs probably $19 a month, and we make sure that your pews are properly padded and that everybody is comfortable and all of that. And we have pulpit insurance too. Obviously, the pulpits, you have to change them from time to time to keep up with the times, and you don't want your pulpit to look like something from the 19th century. So anyway, we have a pulpit insurance. That's probably $29 a month, and we cover if your pulpit gets struck by lightning or something, we cover the pulpit. Now this one is really important for pastors. We have what we call sermon insurance, and the sermon insurance usually runs about $39 a month. But what it does is it guarantees that your sermon will always be accepted and that people will not be offended. That way you keep everything flowing. And if people are disgruntled or not liking what is being said, again, we have ways of helping them, persuading them to get in with the program. But it guarantees that you'll have a good sermon every Sunday, and that you won't have to go digging in the internet to find an outline or something at the last minute. You can, be sure that you'll have a good, solid sermon every Sunday, and our policy will undergird that and make sure that happens. Another thing we have is which most insurance companies would never touch, is we have like a policy for cars that are parked in your lot. And you know how people push their door into another car, or they bump into the rearview mirror or something. But there's just things that happen out there in that parking lot that you have no control over. So we guarantee that any damage that's caused, will cover that. That one's probably about $75 a month. And that way everybody's confident that their car will be in good condition when they park it out there in the lot. Another thing we have is again, things change in church, but another policy we have is for usher insurance. So like if your usher trips and falls or something, or your usher gets a little pushy with somebody or something, we make sure that that's covered. That one's probably about $65 a month. And that makes sure that your ushers are all in good condition every Sunday, ready to greet people and help them be seated. We also have like a board member, depending on your church government. We have like a deacon, a deacon board, a church board, whatever you have. We have a board insurance, and that guarantees that your board or your deacon board or whatever it is will always be peaceful, and that there won't be any haggling over silly things and that kind of stuff. It's one of those things that people hate those meetings, but you have to do them anyway. So it covers to make sure those board meetings go smoothly, and it gives the pastor peace of mind that everybody will be behind his vision and that kind of thing. In line with that too, we have another policy that's extremely important, and that's business meeting policies. Goodness knows how many churches have split over things that happen in a business meeting, like the color of the carpet or what kind of organ you're going to get or something like that. So this policy covers that kind of thing, and so it guarantees that when you come together that the difficulties will be smoothed over and everything will be fine, and everybody will approve the budget and approve whatever the pastor wants and that kind of stuff. And that one's a little heavier. That one's like $120 a month. That's a little steeper, but there's a lot involved there. So that kind of thing is covered. And each one of these policies is available to we like to sit down with the church leadership over tacos, and then we probably takes anywhere from 2 to 5 hours to go over the policy with the leaders, and then have them sign it, and then they give the first month's premium, and everything is cool. So we enjoy that, and we can always use Google Maps, to find where the nearest taco place is, and we can work that out. And of course, I appreciate it if you would cover my tacos and cover that for me. As I'm trying to support my family I have like 12 kids in Nogales, and with my meager commissions, I try to support my family. So it helps if you chip in, on the lunch. So that's pretty much some of the things that come to my mind. I've just asked, is there any of you have something come to your mind that you wonder if is covered?
Yeah, is there a package deal?
Oh, that's a very good question. Our underwriters worked on that, and we do have a package deal. When you probably save $200 to $300 with that, but I'm not sure the exact number, but it probably comes up to maybe like $450 to $475 a month for the package deal. So you get the board insurance, the business meeting insurance, the pew insurance, the sermon, all of it together for about $475 a month. And that also, you have tech support. You can call 1-800-GLOBAL at any time, and our reps will assist you and myself, and we'll make sure that if anybody gets out of line, we just send our men and women in there and they take care of it. So we have a reputation for getting done what needs to be done, and if anybody gets in our way, you know what I mean. So anyway, anything else that comes to your mind?
Yeah, the worship leader. Is there something for them?
Thank you. Yeah, that's a good question. Sure. A huge part of the worship service, of course, is the band and the worship team and all that. So yeah, we have a policy for that, and that runs about $100 a month. But that covers guitars, drums, all the instruments. Make sure they're always in tune, they always work, and then we have the worship leader in particular to make sure he's not sick, to miss the thing, or to if he is sick or whatever, we have a way of designing a worship program that will stimulate the congregants, even if the leader is missing. Yeah, that's a great policy too. Thank you for reminding me of that. That's one that's very popular and has been used many times because we get many claims on the worship team because it's such a key component of the worship service.
Oh, what about stolen Bibles?
What about what?
Stolen Bibles.
Oh, well, yeah, that's a tough one, but yes, of course, Global has that too. Yes, if you spend $600-700 on Bibles to put in your pews, and after a period of time you begin to notice that many of them are missing, absolutely, yeah, we cover that. That one probably runs about $55 a month. And that ensures that a Bible will be behind every in the places you want the Bibles, and we also can provide, if you want, we can provide some video coverage of the inside of the sanctuary, and that way you can see the people that are stealing the Bibles. If you see somebody tucking one or two of them away, then you can deal with them appropriately, and cut down on the theft. So yeah, that's an important point. We wouldn't want the Bibles taken away. Anything else? Okay, well, thank you very much for your time, and I hope that remember, I'm at your service. So 1-800-GLOBAL, Nogales, Arizona, and call me 24/7. I'm available. And I do travel a lot, so you have to try to keep up with me, but I'll do the best I can to serve your needs. And pastors, give me a call if you need to sign up for any of these insurances that I've mentioned. And I trust that your church will do well and be undercurrent of your things will go well, and that we can undergird you in your pursuits. Thank you so much for coming, and enjoyed sharing all of this with you.